On the 14th of June 2021, I uploaded my first ever video, which was basically me talking shit on the Ross rifle. And when I upload this video, it will be 1 year since I uploaded that video. So, more or less, this video is just me going through my channel and more or less just looking at what I think are some of my favourite stuff. Some videos which I think are the most important ones for me, and more or less, which ones were, fun to do, and honestly, just some of the ones which I thought were just hilarious. And now, I will say, first off, thank you guys so much for this. Like, I generally had no idea. Like, I started this a year ago, completely fresh, no idea what the fuck to do, and now I'm doing it as, I've got 500 subscribers, just passed it recently, actually, in a year, and I think that is insane, and I just have you guys to thank for that. I've done some hilarious videos in the past. I think some videos which I've done a lot of, videos which I absolutely like, and honestly, I just want to thank you guys a lot for this, and yeah, just I was going to do that. I'm just going to, as you can see, I've been scrolling through this, and honestly, I just want to go through what I think were some of my favourite moments, and more or less just talk about them. Anyways, let's start. This video will always have a, big part of my heart. And this has to be the first ever video. Now, I made it with a really provocative title for a reason. I thought, hey, let's shit on a weapon that, not many people really didn't like. Like, a lot of people like the Ross rifle, and I'm not saying it's a bad weapon, but the problem I always have with it is that it is essentially it's basically the exact same as the Springfield. Now, one thing you need to know about most of my old videos, especially my first month, was that there was I was using a different editing software. I was using a free trial of some editing software, I can't remember which one, before switching to Shotcut because the trial expired and I had no idea how to get the trial back, so yeah. Which is why there's a bit of difference between most videos in like the first 11 month, like the first month and then the remaining 11 months afterwards. There's some difference between the two. Basically, for the first two videos, the airfield gameplay and the bad weapon, I basically had, I think it was like 10. I basically would just upload it similar to what you normally think of. But for some reason, the demo feature, after you uploaded like 2 or 3, so I think the next one was the BAR kill feed. After you've done all of that, it basically stops uploading. And I had to do a unique way. I basically had to go into I had to basically full screen the video and then record it like that, basically, with OBS. And it was fucking frustrating. I'm kind of glad that I'm past that, so yeah, that's actually a bit of how I used to record the videos, like how I used to edit the videos. It was actually a lot. Thank God I found Shotcut when I did, because like I use Shotcut for editing nowadays, which is an open source thing, which I would recommend for anyone who doesn't have a budget. Get Shotcut. It's pretty good. It's a bit unstable at times, and it is a bit laggy at times, but it's not bad, and it's not as good as anything, something like Adobe Premiere and stuff like that. But if you're new on YouTube, I would recommend doing that. One of my first big major successes, and the video that kind of really made me convinced that, hey, maybe I should start doing this near enough full time, was this video. The M2A1 is insane video. Now, the reason I did it, I'm pretty sure it's because I was being over the top in the intro, but I think this was one of the first this was the first video that I ever did where I had, like, it really blew up for me, and you can see here it still has 700 views, But this was my first video to get 100 views, actually. And you can see here, the immediate video got more views, but this one kind of got more views over time. Whereas the M2A1 video got like 100, almost 200 views very quickly. And honestly, it was just a first impression, kind of similar to what I usually do with the Battle Pass. But yeah, the first video I actually consider to be the video I put a lot of effort in, and in my opinion, one of the best videos I ever did was the Thompson video here. It's very old, and I'm pretty sure I'm still using the old method I was using. And you can see, I mean, look at it's got the old enlisted HUD, for God's sake. So it's a very old video, but I generally had a lot of fun making it. I had a lot of fun recording the footage. I remember when I first got this, I was talking to a bunch of my friends who had not played Enlisted, and I just got it while I was in a call with them, and they were like, "Oh, it's immediately going to be, bad. It's going to be, you're going to be spending a lot of money on it, and it's going to be awful." Ironically, the next game I had, I dominated with it, and I loved it. It was one of my favourite weapons, and it still is my favourite weapon in the game. This video really was the first one that became really popular. I think it was one of the first to get to 1,000 views as well. And it's the top 5 worst weapons in Allied Normandy. It's also probably one of my more controversial videos, because many people were not happy that I put stuff like the Ross Rifle and the Grease Gun on the list. I believe it was Ross Rifle, Grease Gun, M1 Carbine, Springfield, which I'd just done a video on, and then it was the Winchester. And not many people liked that, and honestly, I mean, obviously it was my opinion, but I remember at the time, Enlightened Enlisted did a video where he put the Ross Rifle as the 5th best weapon in Normandy for Allies Normandy. So it was hilarious how the justifications of like not justification, whatever, the differences between us two, how different we were as, people. Like, I pretty much was, always, I wouldn't say I wasn't using the Ross Rifle that much and I didn't like it. He loves the Ross Rifle, so I think it was quite interesting. Jumping back a little bit, this video was just pretty funny, and I'm still surprised it only has 40 views. Basically, this was actually the first time I'd ever done anything with Quadro. This is the first time I'd actually been in a voice call with him. Like, this was probably the first ever game I'd ever played with Quadro. It was honestly one of the most hilarious things I'd ever done on this channel. Basically, what happened was we were playing SCP Lab with a few other people. It was so funny. And it was the first time I'd ever played SCP. I was laughing my head off, and yeah, there was some funny jokes here and there. Honestly, I think it's one of the funniest videos I ever did, to be honest. When I'm looking at videos which I think was the most important, for me, my most important video would have to be this one, the reviewing the American Unlocks video. Now, the reason for this is that it was kind of one of the first big review videos that did well on Enlisted. As you'll probably see, I was always doing gameplay. I did the occasional bad weapons of Enlisted every month, which I still do. And obviously I was doing a lot, and I mean a lot, of Dark Souls play. Like, generally I just had a huge Dark Souls playthrough, which I've still got footage for. Like, I still have unuploaded Dark Souls footage. And basically, yeah, I was just it was just, I just saw it and I'm like, yeah, I'll just upload a video where I'm just, because it was a couple days after the update had just dropped. So the update dropped, and it was a few days after that, I think it was and not many people had all of the upgrade, and I think that's one of the main things that kind of boosted my channel. And I think that was I think it was a great video, and yeah. I don't think I can make a video without mentioning this video. Every enlisted tank, normally tank ranked from worst to best. And to put it bluntly, like, I think it was another video I had a lot of fun making. It was a video I believe was... I think it was a really well made video, and I enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed making it. It was a lot of fun to make. And it was my most popular video for a long time. And it is, it's still my second most popular video. And honestly, I liked the video, and I had to upload the remake, which I've of course done, which obviously I've had a little bit more time to appreciate some of the tanks more, and see that some tanks were a little bit, worse than what I thought they were. So, yeah. A really good video, and I enjoyed making it a lot. Now, this one was a lot of fun to do. It was essentially the airfield gameplay with a streamer. Now, I don't like airfield at all, but what was actually really good about this game was, one, it was one of the first times I'd ever used a plane. So, I think this was the first time in a video I'd used a plane. And it was essentially fresh out of the 100 subs. I'd just gotten 100 subs, and I basically got lucky enough to go into a match with Ellis from Worst Pre-Made Ever, or Sir Perkleton. Awesome guy, by the way. I generally think that they're one of the coolest, one of the most... honestly, just check them out. I think just check them out. They upload every Thursday, and they are hilarious. They are so funny, and honestly... And I think just playing, having a game with Ellis was awesome. And, yeah. I think it was an awesome thing, and I've got, not really got much to say about it. Also, it was the first time I'd ever used a plane, so, yeah. On video, that is. I'd used a plane a few times beforehand, to mild success before this. The 100 subs Q&A was, honestly, 100 subs in 6 months was insane for me. Obviously, of course, I've gotten 5 times that in the next 6 months, which, honestly, thank you guys so much. But this was kind of like another one of those moments I thought I could actually get something out of this. And honestly, just it meant a huge amount. Just how much, just getting 100 subs and just kind of getting this and thinking, wow, this is incredible. This is actually incredible. Now, this video was kind of funny. So it's the Swamps map guide video, and what happened was, I don't know how we did this, but me and Quadro made the exact same video on the exact same day. With the exact same joke and the exact same punchline. It was literally, upload the video, here's how you do well at Swamps, quit out the game. That was literally the joke. I had a massive black screen with and there are some occasional, there are a few things you can actually, if you do look through the black screen, there is the occasional thing you might hear. Kind of similar to those hidden tracks on, on songs. So, yeah, feel free to look through that video and try and find some of those hidden tracks. Now, these 2 videos were just a lot of fun to do. And, honestly, I think you need to realise when I was making these 2 videos, is this was actually the first time I'd ever got into a call with Schmet, and honestly, we'd been talking a lot on in our YouTube comments, and then we started talking on Discord, and then almost immediately afterwards, us and Son of Fudge, who I'd just met the day prior, might I add, basically said, "Hey, look, hey, let's have a game together." Sure. And we just played on a couple matches. There was a few matches that I didn't record, that I didn't upload. We had another match which was on Ministry Garden, but it was kind of boring. And it didn't have any of the insane moments that, like, this video was so much fun to do. Fun fact as well, a couple days later, we had a community event with, I think it was, with, Shooty McBlasterface, and Schmeck got hit by, I think it was a Panzer IV, and he ended up falling off a bridge and flipping his Tiger over. Oh, and he was like, and he was just like, you should see the Tiger, it's upside down. And I was like, what? And I honestly, if you actually hear that, I actually stop in the thing, because I was just like, because I literally was just thinking about it, and I was just like, I'm busy, and then I literally had to stop in the middle of the what's it? I stopped right in the middle of my train of thought. My literally train of thought just went stop. I'm like, because he said it's upside down. I'm like, wait, what? I'm in my head. I'm like, what the fuck has he done? And then we realize, and then I ended up seeing the tank after I died, and ended up seeing the tank, and I just laughed my head off. It was hilarious. Honestly, I do miss playing, having a few games with Schmet. I think it's kind of sad that we only had a few games before he got bored of Enlisted, but yeah, I miss you, man. I miss you, man. So this one was fucking hilarious. Now, if you don't know what had happened, Enlightened Enlisted, he made a Reddit post, and I decided to review it. Now, at this point, we'd already had, like, you know, medics had been announced, and, like, there's a few more things that got announced. I was already, as you can see here, I already wasn't looking forward to it. But, Enlightened Enlisted made this whole thing is, like, this might not be Stalingrad, it might be something else. It'll probably be a Pacific, and I was like, yeah. As I uploaded this video, 1 hour after I uploaded it, bang, Stalingrad was announced. And I was just laughing my head off when I made that video. It was honestly one of the funniest things I have, like, I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? I never caught a break with Stalingrad, because when I was making this video, as I was uploading it, this was announced. So I ended up having to nearly scrap this entire video, and then I just made a quick improv to 12-minute video of just me going through the thing. What was really shocking was that how close some of the things were. Like, I was predicting stuff like the KV-1, the T-34, with the 76, the SVT 38, then being replaced with the SVT 40, and more. Like, there was a lot of stuff which was announced for Stalingrad that ended up, you know, being actually in Stalingrad in this weapons video, which I think was which I think was really interesting. When I think about videos which basically had a lot of work put in, no video in my mind comes close to this one. This took so long to do. And the thing is, I'm going to remake it. And it's going to be even longer. And basically, what I did for this was, it was just lots, and I mean lots of work for this. I put in, like, I basically made this whole Google document which had every weapon, like, in a list, which I was going to rank. And then I was basically saying, okay, this is a 0 out of 10, this is a 10 out of 10, and this was a 6 out of 10. I was just shuffling, and then I ended up having to shuffle them around, and it was honestly one of the longest things I ever did. And that was even before I started recording. I don't think any video I have ever made has, up until recently, has required as much shuffling and just tweaking as this video has. And the thing is, I'm going to have to remake it a little bit later. as I'm gonna be doing the one with the with the new updated weapons. I'm also going to be adding in gold orders and other weapons which didn't make the cut, so it's going to be a lot longer, so stay tuned for that. It has taken a long time. I was planning to release it before Burning Skies came out, but then Burning Skies came out, and it was kind of... It's thrown another span in the works, because now I now have to grind to get those weapons, but yeah. Now, this video is my most viewed, and honestly, I generally could not say why. I generally had no... what ended up happening was, so I uploaded it on the same day as the Stalingrad flopped video, I believe. Or was it the new vehicle changes video? But basically, I uploaded it, then I uploaded the Why the Soviets Dominate in Berlin video, and as the Soviets in Berlin video was doing well, you know, it started getting views. This video started exploding in views. And I just looked at it, I'm like, what the actual fuck? I remember I was in a call and I'm just like, and I was just saying, I'm like, I genuinely I don't know what the hell's going on. It was actually quite exciting, but it was just so confusing at the same time. And I know its message has been a bit misconstrued by some people who believe it's just about hacking. It's not all about hacking. I need to probably explain this. The video was all about kind of more or less just phishing and people getting slandered and stuff like that. Now, it was basically because the whole meat of the video was mainly about people potentially getting having fished and, you know, losing, you know, their, basically, you know, getting hacked and stuff like that, maybe. But also about a bit of identity theft, especially with people like, you know, because there was these hackers, you know, these hack videos, they were using Major McDonald's stuff, and honestly, it's kind of a bit scummy that they were doing this, as it could potentially look bad on him, and you know, he's a good friend of mine, so yeah, I basically decided to make the video, basically saying, look, if you see stuff like this, you know, it's not Major McDonald, yada yada yada. I'm pretty sure Napoleon Total's also made a video on this, which was a lot better than my one, honestly. But most people have seen my video and believe, oh, you just talk about hacking. I'm not just talking about hacking in this video. I'm talking about a lot more than just hacking. I do talk about hacking, but it's more of a minor point. When I said that the weapons ranked video, all weapons in Normandy ranked video, was the most work I ever put into a video, this video is definitely a close second. The improved version of the progression video took a lot of time to do. I had to basically make 8 UML diagrams from scratch using my old UML diagram which I made and uploaded in another video, which was, I think, a month or two prior. It was this video here. I also did a lot more, like I showed how I would change the progression in terms of, well, basically just how I would change the progression in terms of, you know, just having, you know, this would be the next, you know, this is the next what, you know, this is how I would change it with squads. This is how I would change it with, you know, the weapons and stuff like that. So, I have also got preparations to make a tank version of this, which will be a lot more insane. Believe me, when I was doing the tank one, I was like, yeah. But, unfortunately, that one still not came about yet. So, stay tuned for that one. And I guess that's really just brought us up to, well, today, really. Like, honestly, I'm just going to do one final video, which is the 500 subscribers video, which I know it was a very basic video, like, it's only a minute long, and I just say thank you guys, which, again, thanks a lot for this. Like, this is insane. Like, but the thing which made this video so great was how many people subscribed just from this video, and also just the kind words that you guys had in the comments. Like, looking through the comments, I still haven't. I don't think I've responded to everyone yet. Like, I still haven't responded to everyone yet because there were so many people like in the comments just to respond to, and it literally, I was literally getting like 20 or so, things like this person subscribed, this person's left a comment, and honestly, I tried to respond to everything, and it was just insane. I had to just say thank you guys. That was just, it was a great, honestly it was, I think it was just great how just you guys just I don't even know what to say, like honestly I just want to thank you guys, really. I generally started a year ago, and this has been, it's been a good part of my life for a year, and honestly it's been a lot of fun, and I've met a few new friends through this. I've literally met people, made friends, and watched some really good content on YouTube from just doing this from doing this channel a lot. And honestly, I just have to thank you guys. It's just incredible. Like, I don't know what's going to come next to this channel. Like, obviously I've got a lot more ideas left for the channel. I have got something which I did mention in my 500 subscribers, which will be coming out in a little bit. I've still got a few more stuff which I did mention in this video, like that tank video I mentioned with the progression. I've also got the every weapon. I've still got some weapons that I have to be talking bad about. But yeah. And also, the new update is going to be dropping soon. So, the Battle Pass is going to be dropping soon. So, expect to see a new video on the Battle Pass when that drops. Thank you guys so much for this. Thanks for a year, and hopefully I'll be continuing to make videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.